Hey, this is Russ. You know, I'm going up on almost 17 months now for my knee replacement, and so I figured the best thing to do is to put together a list of things that you might need to get in preparation for a knee replacement. Now, if you're lucky, you might finish this a lot faster than I have. Hopefully, you will, okay? But sometimes it does take a while. Mine's has taken a long time, okay? Anyways, here are some things that I think you need to consider getting before the knee replacement, all right? And if you're a viewer of mine that's been with me for a while, make some comments below, add to the list, all right? This is only going to help people who are new to getting a knee replacement or thinking about getting a knee replacement. So add to the list if I've missed anything, okay? Now, some of the things that you can get here, you can get at what they call lending closets. All right, so a lot of communities have this thing called a lending closet where you don't have to buy any of these supplies. You can just borrow it from them. Okay, that's what I did. I didn't buy anything. Well, okay, I bought some things, but most of the major things I did not buy. I just borrowed it, and they'll lend it to you for months. All right, so check your local lending closets. All right. The first thing I think you need to get is a walker. All right, the very first thing, you need to get a walker. And the type of walker that you want is not the type that has wheels on all four legs. There's some that have wheels on all four legs, and they even have like brakes, right? Hand brakes. You don't want that. Okay, you want the ones that have two wheels in the front and two stationary legs on the back. All right. That's the kind you want. And I'll put a couple of affiliate links in the description box so that you can see what it is I'm talking about. All right. And you're going to need that. Now, for me, I was kind of surprised. My doctor actually told me I didn't need to get it. He said, "Oh, they'll get that for you when you're done with the operation." No, they don't. I was surprised he didn't know that. And so don't be surprised if your doctor tells you something and he's totally wrong. All right. He's a good doctor, but he didn't know anything about the supplies that are given to patients. He just assumed that they were given to you. But no, you have to prepare for all this stuff before you get your knee replacement. Okay. So luckily for me, the hospital had a walker that they could just give to me. All right, if somebody had left it there, they didn't know whose it belonged to. They said, "Well, it's just going to sit here, so just take it with you." So I was lucky to have one. Otherwise, it would have been hard to even get out of the car when I went home. Okay, so get a walker. All right. You're not going to need a cane right away, but you may want to get one of those for down the road. All right, so that's not something you need right away, but you will need the walker. All right. Another thing that you need to get is a toilet seat riser. All right. It's kind of funny to talk about these things, but it's a necessity. You really can't just sit on a regular toilet seat. It's too low, and with your knee being messed up, you're not going to be able to bend to be able to get down there. So you have to be risen a little bit on the toilet. All right. And there's several different types. Here's one type here that just sits over the top of the toilet, and then there are types that are removable. I had one that was removable. This way I could move it out of the way. If anyone was using the washroom, they could just move it out of the way, do their business, move it right back for me. If you get the type that attaches to the seat, then it's kind of on there for almost everybody. All right. So something to think about. It's up to you, whichever way you decide to go. And consider if you're going up and down stairs, if you sleep upstairs and you're downstairs, you might want to get two, one for upstairs and one for downstairs. All right. Shower seat. Okay, you need a shower seat or something to help you, something that you could hold on to while you're taking a shower. All right. Now, you're not going to take a shower right away because you cannot get the incision wet. All right. So here's another thing you need to get: Saran Wrap. All right. You're going to need someone to help Saran Wrap your knee when you're taking a shower. Now, don't take a shower until your doctor approves you to be able to do so. All right. Typically, you want everything to be sealed up before you get into there. You don't want any water getting on or inside that incision. All right. And when the time comes for you to take a shower, you're going to wrap your knee with Saran Wrap a lot. Okay. So there's no water that can get into it. Okay. So get some Saran Wrap. All right. You might want to consider getting a thermometer. Yeah. Because your temperature can spike. And it did for me, actually. I don't know if I ever mentioned that in any of my other videos, but my temperature had spiked up. And they tell you if your temperature goes past a certain degrees, I don't recall what it was, 101, 102, something like that. If it goes past a certain amount of degrees, they want you to call a doctor just in case there's something going on. Okay, so I got one of these thermometers that with the forehead thing. Surprisingly, this was pre-COVID-19 time. All right, they were clearancing this thing. Now, we seen it for like over $60 for this thing. My wife was able to get a clearance one, which was brand new for $9.99. I think maybe it might have even been lower than that. So I'll guarantee you, when that COVID-19 hit, those things were not clearancing. Okay, so any type of thermometer, you're going to need a thermometer. Okay. Get some good indoor shoes. These are things that people don't tell you. All right, get some indoor shoes, because you're going to want to be able to walk around, and you don't want to be walking around barefoot. All right, get some good shoes. I just got some decent, I guess they would call these walking shoes, something like that. Went to Costco, got some shoes. All right, get some decent shoes. Compression socks. Now, the hospital may give you something to use in the meantime, but you might need some additional ones. So up to you if you need it or you don't. Let me move my monitor thing here, because I'm looking at a screen behind my camera, so this is how I prompt myself. Okay, so you might need to get some compression socks. Check with your doctor, and they can advise you what type you need to get. All right, get lots of towels. Because here's what I found, that I was sweating like crazy. All right, now I got my knee surgery in September. Okay, so it wasn't cold yet. It was still kind of warm, but still, even with air conditioning on, for some reason, I just break out in a sweat. Okay, so get a lot of towels. My wife was washing towels like crazy every single day. What else do you need? Well, you're going to need pain medication, but the doctor is going to prescribe that for you. So you don't get that in advance unless he prescribes it in advance for you, so that you can have it by the time you get back. Okay, so you're going to need some type of pain medication. Sometimes they'll prescribe things like Norco, or they'll prescribe oxycodone or something. Okay, stool softener. Yeah, that's because a lot of times they'll give you blood thinners like Coumadin. And if you get that, that's going to make it tough to go. So they're going to prescribe you some type of stool softener as well. And as weird as that is, but you might need that, okay? You're going to need someone there to help you. I'm not kidding. Don't try to do this on your own. For me, I was lucky my wife was there for me, all right? So in the first several days, at least, try to have somebody with you, because you're going to need help getting to the washroom, getting food, getting odds and ends. It's not going to be that easy initially. So see if you can have somebody who can be with you for the first few days at least, okay? For me, after, I don't know how long it was my wife was home, but after a while, I had to deal with this on my own. So a couple of days later, she's got to go off to work, and I'm on my own, okay? A little scary sometimes having to go to the washroom and have to walk on your own, but that's why you need that walker, all right? All right, get some water, okay? Get some water bottles, get anything, containers with water, something. You'll need some water. The hospital might give you ice packs. If they don't, you're going to need some type of ice system. Now, I have heard that many other people will get a thing that actually generates ice for them, but the hospital for me gave me 3 packs actually that I can rotate, so I can use one and freeze another. Okay, so you need something to ice your knee. Okay, you're going to be icing for quite a while. All right. You might want to get a heating pad. Now, that sounds kind of funny that I'm telling you to ice it and then later on tell you to heat it up, all right? But I've noticed that at physical therapy, they typically heat up my knee with some type of heating pad. They warm it up, maybe they microwave it. I don't know what they do, but they warm it up and they put it on my knee just before physical therapy. And the therapist told me that having a warm knee while you're working your knee is actually good. And then after I was done, then I ice my knee down. Okay, so yeah, back and forth. All right, and quite frankly, after 17 months, I can still feel my knee is still warm. Okay, it's not as hot as it used to be, but it's still warmer to the touch than my other knee. So something to think about. You're gonna need transportation. All right, these are things you may not have thought about, but somebody's gonna need to drive you to your doctor's appointments or to physical therapy. Okay. Now, my wife had even said, why don't you just take an Uber? Well, it's kind of hard to get in and out of the car. I don't know whether Uber drivers are going to be that patient with you as you're struggling to get in and get out of their car. And some of them don't have enough leg room. So for me, I noticed that the best seat for me was in the passenger seat of a car, and with the seat pushed all the way back. And some of these Uber things are shared, right? I don't know how they do it now with the pandemic, but at the time when I was going, I said, I'm not going on an Uber. So you need some way of getting there, okay? So see if you can get transportation. And even if you're taking Coumadin or something like that for blood thinners, they're going to ask you to come in to give blood for them to check to see if they need to adjust the dosage of that. So that happens every couple of days. So you will need people to help drive you around, okay? And quite frankly, you shouldn't be driving if you're taking pain medications, because some of it is narcotics, and legally, I don't think it's right to drive when you're when you're doped up a little. Okay, so don't try driving on your own. All right. Set up your physical therapy. Okay, so you want to find out where you're going to go for physical therapy and the like. Now, I had a physical therapist come out to me for the first week. My doctor actually blames the in-home physical therapist for not doing a good enough job to get me started. Okay, I don't know if that's really true or not, but I do know that he didn't push me as hard as they do at regular PT. And I don't know whether that was his job, but according to my doctor, he says he should have pushed you hard. So anyways, set up some type of either in-home physical therapy initially, and then you're going to have to go to a physical therapy place afterwards, all right? Get some YouTube ability, okay? Because you're going to want to watch all the Russ is Right videos. That's a shameless plug. Yeah, if you want to see how things have been going or how things can be going, start from the beginning of my playlist for the knee replacement videos. Okay, so if you go to the Russ is Right YouTube channel and just look that up, start from the beginning and work your way down. Okay, there's a lot of videos. There's over 100 of them right now. But start from the beginning. You can see how I started out and how I was progressing and how I really hated this thing from the beginning. Okay, and then you'll see eventually that things start changing a little bit, and you can see how I'm doing better and how my outlook changes a little. Okay. Now, people have asked me whether I would do this again, and I'm not at that point yet. I'm still dealing with the knee, so I can't say whether it's been a success or it hasn't. But I will say that after lots and lots of work, I am now at about 120 degrees of flexion, and my extension currently is at about 5 degrees. So I'm not perfect, but it took me a while just to get to that point, okay? Some people get it really fast. You might want to look at a recliner chair. Now, I know that some doctors and therapists don't want you to be sitting around in a recliner chair, but I'm telling you, it was the only thing that saved me from going crazy, all right? They don't want you propping yourself up all the time, but really for sleeping even, I couldn't sleep on a bed. And this is very common things that we hear from other patients, that laying down at night on a bed, you can't fall asleep, all right? I found it easier to be on the recliner chair and sleep in the recliner chair. So that was about 3 months, all right? 3 months in the recliner chair. So that's something you want to think about. You might need to get one, all right? So look into something like that, okay? Talk to your doctor about it too. Don't just go and get one. See what he has to say about it, his opinions. And you don't want to be putting a pillow underneath your knee while you're sleeping either. That is the worst thing you can do. You want to elevate your heel, not putting a pillow under the knee, okay? You might want to look into, look into some pillows. You might want to look into that. And then also look into either a recumbent bike or some type of exercise bike, because that's going to help your physical therapy to recuperate from all this, all right? Now, if you don't want to make the big expense of that, check Facebook Marketplace. You're going to see a lot of these things that are always sold. People buy these things and don't use it, and then they dump it. So you might want to get one in advance, and you'll need someone to help you bring it in. Those things are heavy, okay? And if you're buying new, you're gonna have to build it. So if you're buying used, you may have to take it apart and then rebuild it, all right? So think about that. Have somebody help you with that. You can save a lot of money if you go to Facebook Marketplace, okay? Or you can get one of these other types of exercise things. They're not a full bike, but it's a little pedal thing that you can put on the floor. It's better than nothing, believe me. And a lot of people said that just using that was enough for them. So look into that. I'll put a link again inside the description. And these are things you can get on Amazon. They're not very expensive, $20, $30. You can get one of these things, okay? So anyways, what else? You're going to need some shorts or some sweatpants, okay? Something that's easy to put on and take off, because I did all of my physical therapy in shorts. So my physical therapy happened through the winter months, and I was still in shorts, okay? So I would wear sweatpants going to the physical therapy place, change the shorts, okay, and then I would put back on sweatpants. And then at home, I would exercise either in shorts or in sweatpants, okay? So make sure you have those type of things. These are small little things that, you might not be thinking about, but it will help you just to have a list of these things that you might want to consider getting. What else? Get a notepad to take notes and keep a track of your progress, okay? Write down your flexion, your extension, whatever they tell you that you did for that day. You want to keep track to see how well you're doing. And you might want to even buy your own goniometer, okay? Goniometers, I'll put a photo up here. You can buy these at Amazon. I think they're under $7. So they're not expensive, but having someone help you with measuring that could be helpful. So these are just some things, all right? Now, if I've missed anything, if you're one of my long-time Russ is Right viewers and I've missed something, put a comment and put down things that you think other people will need to get in preparation for their knee replacement. I know that my list isn't complete. It's just things that I thought off the top of my head that I thought would be helpful. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, take a look at the early Russ is Right videos as well, okay? Go through some of them. It'll get you ready for when you're ready to do your knee replacement, all right? We'll talk to you guys next time.